Hello everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In this video I'd like to do a quick look at the US E-minis for yesterday, which was March the 21st, using our MTP RT add-ons for NinjaTrader. Just want to quickly review, I'm going to look at the NQ, the ES and the YM. I've done another specific video on the Russell Index because there's a nice Holy Grail sell on that particular one, so I suggest you have a look at the other video that I've done today for that particular setup. So let's just go through and review the automatic trade setups. In these videos I want to focus on just the standard and automatic trade setups using the standard trade management guidelines. So for this we look at the STF color, which as you can see here is blue, therefore we'll only be looking at buy setups. And actually on the 3-minute NQ for yesterday that's all we had. You can see we have a history triangle here. This allows us to place the analysis on, and you can see there was a valid trade set up here, but it was actually stopped out for a -1 hour loss. All professional traders know that any system will always have losing trades, but the trick is, or the point is, that losses are kept small. This is why we use correct position sizing here, which varies the number of lots, contracts, shares to keep our initial risk small and under control. So in other words here, the loss would be what we call -1R, or one risk unit. So I'll just note that down. We then had another setup here, which was actually the very low of the day. So I put the analysis on again. You can see this had a lovely long trade off the low of the day. Again, position sizing kept the risk small under control. Target market went up to the first target. You can see we had a sell set up here on the way up, but because the STF was blue, we'd be ignoring that, as I've already said earlier in the video. So up to the first target, plus 3.6R. And instantly you can see that this profit was much larger than the loss before. We then came down, had a nice ABC correction down here into another automatic setup, a TS4. Let's put the analysis on again. This time the market went up, different number of contracts, again because position sizing keeps the risk constant across all your trades, and that's important, up to the first target for plus 2.1R. So the Russell Index, not the Russell Index, sorry, the Nasdaq had a good day yesterday with 3 trades, let's clear all, 3 trades, or 3 valid trades I should say, a -1R loss, then a plus 3.6R profit, then a plus 2.R profit. So a good day yesterday on the Nasdaq. Let's come across and have a look at the YM. YM was a little different yesterday, and again I want to focus purely and simply on the automatic and standard trade setups here. That's all I'm looking at. So again we filter with the STF color. So red stroke black means it's okay to take sells. We actually had 1, 2, 3 sell setups. We can obviously see that this first one didn't work out as anticipated, nor did the second one. Again, we use the history triangles always allow us to place the analysis on, so we can see setups that didn't work out. Position sizing again on both of these trades would have meant that we had -1R loss on the first one, -1R loss on the second. I'll just note that down to -1, -1. We then had a sell setup here, which as you can see had our target down the bottom. The market did come down, it then chopped sideways for a long while, and actually it was very, very horrible. But the standard trade guidelines say that we don't move our stop until we hit our target, or at the very least where we have our DP from the wave below, which is down here, which actually caught that low. But I'm not going to look at that. Basically I'm going to assume that we just purely and simply, I'll put the analysis on again, purely and simply holding for our first target, keeping our stop at our initial level, which of course was never hit, and actually the market came down here and had a little rally up at the end of the day. So if I now put the risk reward on there at that close, which was about there, you can see that actually it was a plus 3.8R. So interestingly enough, even though we had 3 trades, again automatic and standard trades, 2 losers and 1 loss, the ability of the position sizing to keep the losses small meant we had -1, -1, -2R, then plus 3.8R, which means a profit overall. So a good day again for the automatic setups on the YM. let's now have a look at the ES. And the ES didn't fare quite so well, because here you can see we only had one setup. Black STF, it was okay. So if I put the analysis on, you can see it just clipped you in for a short trade and then just clipped you out for a -1R loss. So actually that was a little bit harder yesterday, where we had a -1R loss. So if we total those up overall, on the Nasdaq it was -1 plus 3.6 plus 2.1. So the Nasdaq was actually plus 4.7. The Russell index, sorry, not the Russell index, the YM was -1 plus 3.8, so overall was plus 1.8, and then the ES was -1, so 4.7 plus 1.8 minus 1 equals 5.5R profit overall, taking into account all of the four U-minis. But the main point is that because the losses were kept small and profits large, it allowed you to make money overall. And a great example of that was, again, I mean the best example of that again was on the YM, where we had two losing trades, one profitable trade, but this profitable trade was much larger than the losses, and that's what makes money overall, having large profits and small losses. So a good example of position sizing there. But for me, the market of the day yesterday was the Nasdaq, where we had a lovely buy set up here off the low of the day for a lovely 3.6R, then another lovely buy set up there that took you into the high of the day for another 2.1R. So definitely the market, the best market yesterday was the Nasdaq.